Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Fragadelphia CS2, brought to you here at the TAPS Esports Center. We are going into map number 2, as you can see, with some new faces. Team Karma, they got that win over Detonate, and now a reverse sweep is going to have to be in order by Enzo and the boys. Now kicking it off here, Ravens with the dualies. I'm here with All-In and Frag KTR. Let's get right into this.
Yeah, it's a great start here for Karma. A lot of people might have actually kind of counted out early on here, but definitely showing up, putting up a hell of a map one there. But it is going to be the opening kill going towards Detonate. Back into a 4-on-5. Those dualies are going to find a little bit of damage there, as the Glocks are still trying to find their first kill. A little damage going out the Fusion, but Raven's going to continue to take this fight towards top mid. He is going to get pushed off kind of by a smoke, but there's a gap in it. It is going to be a kill going the way. The dualies finding themselves another kill. And that, ooh, those T's are going to continue to force this issue into sight, and they're just going to continue to roll forward. It's now swung into that man advantage there for Karma. It's going to be tricked to Fusion left. Bomb is going to get down. Fusion going to try and rush the site as quick as he can. He's going to get this bomb down, and now it's going to be a retake here for Detonate.
Huge there, and I mean the dualies up on the site tried to do all that it could. Detonate unfortunately tripped up in their tracks here on Anubis. Nuke, it was a close affair right up until the end of round number 24 where Karma took it, and I mean I saw the frustration on the guys of Detonate. This is going to be right in their group, right to their hearts. They gotta get up back into the series. I don't know, it's not going to start the way they wanted on map number 2. Karma with the pistol round.
He's Mac-10 starting to look for some kills early on here. Get that early information. Those CTs are going to push through. XP3 with the Galil finds one, but it is Fusion and get that quick trade. One rifle down, and it's going to be recovered here for Detonate. They're going to try and push forward here. And Ellie going to push on the site. Realize that it is going to be wide open. Still going to start clearing some corners, but the rush has already kind of been called out. Mac-10 from Olya going to get a 1 kill for themselves. Swing that man advantage back to Karma. USP's trying to find something here. Ellie going to tap away with the Galil. Pop flash herself back in towards the waterway. Ravens maybe finding something here. Double pop flash in. Ravens does eventually fall from Arster. And it is just still going to be a 4-on-2, 4-on-1.
Yeah, all left on Enzo. Just going to try and save that Galil that they picked up earlier in the round. Going into round number 3 with a Galil, saving a little bit of money, be able to buy 4 utility off of it. Galil's not too much of a downgrade from an M4 there. So, Karma, 2 rounds converting the pistol, and the second round after. Detonate on USPs weren't too much of a fight here, and Enzo actually getting hunted down. Will take down Emily, gets an extra $300. But yeah, Karma with 2 rounds now as we move into our first gun round of Anubis. Detonate on the CT side. Let's see what they opt to do. Fusion opting for the glass cannon. Trick is the one who gets the Galil. Everybody else on M4s. Meanwhile, for the T side, we have 3-4 Galils and a Mac-10 opting not to upgrade all of these guns. Just trying a bonus round.
Absolutely, and I mean, right here, Team Karma stepping up to the task, but now right at the front door, and they want to get past the defense. It's Tricks. Can he pull any out? He does with the second. The 35 bullets in the Galil gonna be worth every shot. With Enzo to keep the defense in range, it's XP3, the man that stepped up as the coach that did. It's Detonate that can drag them out for their first round. Very much well done, and they get out with the full deck of cards. Not a man that has fallen.
Yeah, Detonate with a very convincing side hold here, and not only do they absolutely shut down Team Karma's A push, they survive with 5, and that's huge for the economy. Something we touched on earlier in the stream, Mark. That CT economy is brutal in MR12.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, we're now going to see a force come in from Karma. One last round before they might be reset here. Bomb plant definitely necessary at the bare minimum. Round 1 is always, preferred, but the money needs to be secured. So maybe they can have themselves a buy here. Olya going to spray through his smoke, come up pretty empty. Tech9's not really taking too much ground, kind of playing a very passive round. With a minute 33 seconds still left on the clock, XP3 finally spotting out their first opponent. landing some damage, but against themselves as Artstar dropping a nade off towards top mid. But mid's kind of been wide open. We're seeing Detonate spread this out in a 3-2 fashion, leaving mid open and kind of just making sure and checking behind them every once in a while that they aren't completely overwhelmed just yet. Fusion posted up with the op, and Ellie might flash herself in here, find one, but no, it's going to be actually Fusion to net themselves the first kill. The swinging from Khan comes up completely empty other than Artster, and that is going to be now a 4-on-1 as XP3 drops.
Yeah, another very convincing round so far from Detonate, only losing Fusion. That op will be recoverable, but those rifles hold strong off of the back of that opener from Fusion. All on Elite, who will go down to end zone mid. And the scoreline is all tied up at 2 apiece here.
Yeah, you gotta respond back pretty quickly if you are on the side of Detonate, right? You want to see your team succeed, but more or less step up economically and get on the same page as Team Karma, because right now, with their momentum, everything that they have, Group F could be tarnished, and really, Detonate, they got the respect with the ranking, right? The second team in this group going up against number 3, who are really bringing it to them, and just off the seeding alone, they have surprised us. But right here, they may just convince us all that they're going to be a threat not named FlyQuest from the Impact side that really has blinded us right now, because Ravens can at least mow down the Glocks, but they have done exactly what they sought out to. Getting up with those pistols, getting that bomb plant, so a bit of a bonus, and Ravens can get that defuse all the way through.
Yeah, Karma with Glocks, I think they could be pretty happy getting into that site with a kill and a bomb plant. Going into round number 6 with an extra $800 to each of their names. We'll have the money for an op, so should they choose. And it will come out on Elite. Elite with that op. Everybody else with an AK. Meanwhile, the op for the CTs is again on Fusion. See where Fusion opts to start this round.
Emily going with a glass cannon, actually. Just a single flash. Utility's going to be a little light here for this T side, so we might see some quick action going on and try and get that early map control, which they are kind of, you know, spread out here. Detonate kind of setting up to a pretty stereotypical default situation for them, trying to lob that nade down deep, and it towards Artstar, tagging her down to 86 now. Fusion looks to open up again to kind of star player early on from last round, getting that initial pick. But now with an op of their own, Karma look to kind of answer back and hopefully find some ground towards this A site.
That op going to be sounding off. Yet to frag in this one, Team Elite. And now middle control, tactical nukes incoming, but just dodged because of the ledge there. And Trick will get out with his life, but he backs up to middle. Got to defend Oli on the other side just to be shot out of the cannon. The flash up above, and the A-Wrap underway is going to cause Fusion to just put this molly out probably a little bit sooner than he would have rather had, because now this smoke is just going to be putting them in an awkward situation. But what a swing by Olya, and Trick meets the same fate.
Now it's all on Enzo. In A main, needs to deny the split, and does so far with 2 kills in towards A main. Now, if Enzo could just stay alive, wait for his teammate, buy some time, they're gonna run him down, and Enzo will go down, but not before Gibby takes out Ellie, trying to join her teammates in A main. Gibby and Ravens versus Artstar and Oya. 2 versus 2, smoked out of A main, and CTs have the bomb. Gibby killing Oya through the smoke, and Ravens chiming in with one of his own, and that's Detonate on 4.
Man, I don't know, man. Olya was on something there, and they really just sweep it all up. But Gibby, outside of the smoke, you can just try to prove it back, and this is why Detonate are going to stand up on their map pick on Anubis all in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good comeback route here from Detonate, putting 4 on the board straight. I mean, this is this is Detonate's map pick. And, I mean, right now we're seeing Karma kind of start to stall out. We see Emily on 0-6 and XP3 1-6. Emily, or sorry, how would you pronounce
Emily?
Emily, okay, Emily and Emily. All right, 1-5 for that. So it's starting to slow down for Karma. That, you know, early nuke map went their way, started off strong, but again, I think we're kind of seeing them start to taper off, and Detonate definitely starting to find their groove a lot more.
I certainly agree with that. Frack, the one thing I look at here is exactly where Team Karma might pop into this op, but I don't think Fusion will stop. Now he might just turn it into a third. Right here, the op can be heard, just screaming right for Artstar, wanting to hunt them down. Fusion, my goodness, he will just be at your funeral. All four put in the ground and Detonate find 5.
Yeah, 5 in a row for this Detonate side after losing Pistol the round after. Sitting in a very comfortable position on the CT side of their map pick here on Anubis. And Fusion with 4 in that round, absolutely denying any chance for those pistols to get active for the side of Karma. Emily able to bring out the op again for this T side. Everybody else again on AKs. And now, meanwhile for Detonate, very standard spread for them. Normal mid utility. And Raven popped in towards B main. 2 players for the Detonate side here. They're trying to take all of this space. And it's Gibby who finds the opener onto Ellie. But Emily gets a trade back onto Fusion, but Gibby with a quick kill onto Artstar. We're left in a 4-on-3.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Karma, I think I start kind of second-guessing if we want to keep playing with this op. I mean, I can see the intent there as Gibby finds one towards XP3, but it's just not finding what they need, and they're kind of lacking a lot of early map control. So I think they need to maybe put the op to the wayside and really focus on like rifles and trying to get that early map control, whether it be through utility or just brute forcing their way in. I mean, they have the capability to win the gunfights. They've shown it before, but right now, it's, you know, you're a minute in and you're just getting into mid. You're really cutting yourself out of a lot of space early on just to try and maybe work with an op that hasn't really found what you need yet.
Yeah, so far on their CT side, Detonate have been very active. They've walked into A main, they've gotten aggro towards B main. They're not afraid to get a little bit aggressive here on their CT side. So maybe if I'm Karma, I'm calling a tempo play. But here, Emily getting a second kill, opening up that site, A site, and Trick actually going down. That's 3 in the round so far.
Must have heard me say something, I swear.
Oh man, it's on Ravens and Gibby in a 2-on-2 retake.
That's flashed through. Ravens gonna be up and through. Up with Olia in this clutch, right with her teammate, right with Ravens through the smoke. Gibby, they're taking their time, but it works. Slow and steady, usually winning the race, and it does. It's good for 6, and Anubis is looking good for Detonate. Obviously fired up from Nuke. They want blood here on map number 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a really good pace going here. And you're seeing Detonate comfortably retake these sites as well. And oh, it flipped suddenly. I'm kind of lost there for a second. But yeah, Detonate retaking in towards site, and they're looking like pretty comfortable. I mean, Karma they were post up in a good position for post plant, covered up in towards heaven, but I don't know. Detonate just really are at this point kind of countering them very, very well.
Yeah, Karma taking a timeout here, opting to try and slow some momentum that Detonate have built up. And again, I think it's just the activity we've seen from Detonate's CT side that have really allowed them to snowball this lead. Sitting at 6-2 on their CT side of their map pick. And Emily with 3 nice shots there in that last round, but fortunately unable to win the 2v2 in post. And Karma, let's see what you've cooked up.
I don't know, something's been stewing, Frack, especially with this offense, and right now, one of their keys to victory has been XP3. In this first map, he was going crazy, and really, I mean, he's just their coach. I don't know what it has been. You're not attributing all their success. Team Karma flipped the switch this weekend and are really laying into defensive on the other side. With Artstar trying to put the shots down, this Keen can get cooking, but now Fusion, he's going to be looking. Elite's going to be on the other side. He's going to be so close. That one could get personal flash out, trying to get up under the range. Fusion exits.
Yeah, Fusion, smart to not overstay your welcome. There was a rifle of Karma's that was close to B main. Karma starts to regroup over towards this A side of the map. And it's going to be Trick, who is called upon again to hold this site. Sitting up with an AUG. As this site hit starts to get set up. Rotate coming in from Fusion. That op is here to assist.
Flash in, Trick looking to make his first contact, gets the first kill, repositioning, spots out another, but playing around the pillar. Smart move, buying time for his teammates to kind of swing in. Fusion finding one, Enzo getting a kill as well. It's down to Elite, misses the shot on the flick, going towards Enzo. It's down to Olya, last alive, 19 HP, and the impending doom known as Trick's AUG gets there, and Detonate have themselves a hell of a first half here, 7-2, and Fusion, great positioning over there, getting himself into a good position to try and support his teammate. Enzo with the quick flank as well. And it's just all clicking now on map 2 for Detonate, and they're looking a lot more comfortable. You know, granted, it is their map pick, and that's pretty damn normal.
Yeah, Detonate seems to have Karma's number so far here on map number 2. Their rotates have been on point, their retakes have been on point for when Karma does get into a post plant, but 7-2 is not a scoreline you want to be seeing if you're on your T side of Anubis.
Absolutely not. This is, you know, I think we were kind of joking in one of the series before this, getting back off, and, you know, Anubis probably going to be flat out, like, a little bit T-sided in a way, but if you're going to win, you are just going to come and take this thing no matter what scenario. You are going to be encompassed in. Olya drops down. They want to get the surprise onto E-Box, but Gibby's aware. 11-3. You can go into the man himself, but I'm not sure you're going to get away to tell the tale. Tech9's going to be right through, but stopped up at what's going to be Gibby's front door. Does not let you in, though.
Olya with a good trade on the Gibby. That AK is picked up. Olya so far sitting at the top of the lead, scoreboard here for this Karma side. Spam coming in. We're going to get into a 4-on-4 post plant. It's pistols and an AK versus the full guns of Detonate, and Enzo and Ravens teaming up for all 4 of those kills. And Detonate is on 8.
Sheesh. Olin, I don't even know what to say. They've really, oh my goodness. Enzo, my boy, let him be. Don't kick this team while they are down. Olya put Gibby down, but man, just way to rip off that Band-Aid and get right back.
Yeah, I mean, Detonate are just on a tear. 8 in a row now, looking to close this one out. Maybe 10-2, maybe 9-3. Who knows? Either way, Detonate, regardless of this half, are just on fire. Team Karma, kind of throwing a little bit of everything around there, trying to mix it up, go for a rush, repositioning. I mean, you saw them try and cut down, come up through Khan. Didn't really prevail. I mean, Gibby just closed the front door on him right then and there, locked him out of sight. And, I mean, he's obviously on fire for himself as well. 12-4 right now with 107 ADR. I mean, I didn't even look at Enzo towards the bottom over there. It's 13-3 with 140 ADR. I mean, Karma had a great map 1 again, winning that one 13-11, but now it's just Detonate. They just flipped the switch on them now.
Yes, they said something to each other in between maps, and Detonate are here to play. 8-2 as Emily does take down Gibby in towards E-Box. Nice shot from her. And Karma with a much-needed player advantage here.
You remember Fusion right here, man. I'm getting a little deja vu. This could be a little bit tenuous when you get into the situation. It's just so stressful for Team Karma to now, in this advantage that they've had, it's been a long time. XP3, Ellie, you gotta get the engines going, because right now Detonate, honestly, they've taken full advantage of it. Round number 11, you have them right where they want you. Bring it down, try and get the hammer in the direction, and it absolutely gets the nail. Unfortunately through Olya's head, but at the same time, Detonate, they've locked this door, and I don't know if they have a single way in.
Yeah, Ellie taking down Ravens as well, and that's all on Fusion and a 1-on-3. Will attempt it, no reason not to. Plenty of money in the bank. And Fusion will go down to Artstar, and that's a third on the board for Karma now. Karma looking to take the last round as well, but Detonate will have plenty of money to rebuy.
You know, a long time ago, way back when in my times, a wise man said all you need is 4. And Karma, they have the capability to get 4 in this first half. And, I mean, it's not, you know, the score line you would really want if you're Karma. But, you know, it's something to work with. It's not all done. It's not like, oh, map 3 is pretty much like guaranteed at this. But Karma still have the capabilities to bring this back. They just need to get back in that groove that we saw on map 1 and get back into that comfort area that they obviously can flourish in, but Enzo denying them any comfort or let alone any ability to just think for a split second without getting run down upon. It's back into a 4-on-4 right away, though.
Nades right up through B. Ellie pushed back. Detonator pushing the envelope in this round, but maybe right into the trap. This is why Team Karma